Lastly, the National Weather Service has predicted a continued red flag weather event with strong winds and low humidities, placing all residents of Los Angeles County in danger. To all of our viewers, please prioritize your safety as well as the well-being of those around you as we come together to continue to get through this widespread disaster. Los Angeles County firefighters will remain on the front line until we reach full containment. And we ask that you keep all of Los Angeles County in your thoughts and prayers.
They ask for all water dropping resources, and they ask for additional resources. So right now we've had, this is jumped from a very small fire in the backyard. It ran up a ridge. Once it hit that ridge, we had these erratic winds, and it just had an ember cast that just pushed this throughout all of Palisades.
I think you're doing great. I think we're pretty close. As long as that tree doesn't go on fire.
Hi. Just be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay. Oh shit. Yeah, don't worry about that, dude. Look at that. Holy shit.
Scary, huh?
Yeah. God. The plastic is gone, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck. We're good.
Got the water already?
Yeah. Holy shit. So, where's the gas?
Outside?
Okay, the gas is off right now.
Woolsey fire, the fire out in Malibu back in 2018, that was huge. I mean, in terms of fires actually this close to, Los Angeles proper, this is it's the biggest I have ever seen for absolute certain. And, I live a good, I want to say probably 3 or 4 miles that way in Santa Monica, and the current evacuation zone is a few blocks from my house. If this fire were to get to Santa Monica, this would be one of the most devastating nights we could imagine. I can't contemplate that. And so maybe that tells us a little bit about why people didn't evacuate early. I can't contemplate my house going on fire. So, I'm certainly cutting people slack for that. But, when they come back, some people are going to come back to nothing. But at least they'll be alive.
Yeah. I mean, Nick, a lot of people watching are going to be worried about your safety right now. Are you and the team okay? How are you doing?
Yeah, we're fine. I mean, listen, I'm standing on a road, which is a good idea. I'm feeling slightly, the heat from this is a little concerning. I think after I finish speaking to you, we're probably going to get out of here. And because now that it's dark, there are, fire trucks blocking the road. Once I've finished talking to you, I'm definitely going to chill out and move back just a little bit, just to keep safe and regroup. Because, it's a pretty intense environment. And, the thing is, things can move so quickly. That's the problem. We were talking about those embers. An ember can drop, set a spot fire. Things can happen very, very fast in an environment like this. So once I say goodbye, we're going to leave.
PCH is on fire right now. There is fierce wind, down power lines, power poles toppled over. Things are exploding. Gas lines are on fire. Flames are coming back over PCH or being blown by fierce winds. It is like driving through hell itself down here. Literally through hell. This is madness down here. These homes are on fire and you can feel the heat from the flames even from inside your car. It is insane down here.
Go, people, stop watching the fire and get your butts moving.
Holy cow.
This is crazy.
Crazy.
It's all the way to the freeway. It's burning on the side of the freeway, and there's no firefighters here.
Holy moly.
There's the embers.
Oh my gosh. That is really scary, and now it smells like a fireplace in here again.
Yep, but we got
that, huh? You're flying right over that thing. Wow. The whole entire hills are on fire. Holy shit. Oh my God.
My heart goes out, obviously, to the people with their homes, and I'm watching the small businesses around us go up in flames. This is people's livelihoods, so it's devastating. But what is most concerning to me is our first responders and our firefighters who are trying to battle this. There's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do. And it looks like we're in a third world country here. Mm-hmm. And we've got a lot of tough questions that we need to ask the mayor and the city council and our representatives and the county representatives. Why didn't you work to mitigate this? What was your brush mitigation program? I heard you earlier talking about it's been dry because there hasn't been rain. That's not the biggest problem here. The brush up in these hills that are controlled by the city and the county, I would bet you that if they haven't been handled, mitigated, pruned, removed for probably 30 or 40 years. This was a disaster waiting to happen. And what's predictable is preventable.
Never, ever, ever seen anything like this. I've been living here for 6 years. There's so much smoke that it is blocking the sun. You can actually see it. This is wild. See how dark fire is over in there.
Was hoping this would be a normal sunrise video. There's definitely some palpable frustration, sadness, anxiety here in the city. And prayers and thoughts to the first responders who are still out here fighting what is still continuing to spread and grow.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's where I go to get my snow and the chickens. Oh, and I hope Chelada. Oh no, the seafood restaurant. Oh, and Chelada. And Wiley's. Ah!
Dude, this is close to Big Rock.
Oh! This is. Oh, dude.
That's horrible.
Oh.
Wait, dude, this is super close to Big Rock. Fucking right here.
And Wiley's. Chelada. Oh, please. Ah.
That's heartbreaking.
But this is my parents' home.
I know the feeling.
And they just lost, they got canceled from their fire insurance. So they're dealing with this. They're 90 years old. And through the state of California, because of this, they're 90 years old, that they've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance, and these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance. So thank you, California insurance companies, supporting residents who pay taxes and love California. And they wonder why people leave California.
First and foremost, you did get your parents out safely.
I live in Sierra Madre. My parents are in Sierra Madre, but...
And now you know that it is under evacuation as well, north of Sierra Madre Boulevard.
Yeah, I snuck here. You know, there's a will, there's a way. Probably shouldn't do it, but you know what? Under the circumstances, send me to jail. That's fine.
It is unbelievable what's happening here to the neighbors. Your parents' house is still standing. You had a hose. You're doing what you can.
I mean, I have a hose. It doesn't compare to these beloved neighbors that I've known. I was born and raised in this house, and I live in Sierra Madre, and I'm now 62 years old. And this is the house I was born and raised in, and I've never moved out of Pasadena, Sierra Madre, Hastings Ranch. You know,
well, let me tell you, it does help for people who aren't here to know what's happening. So you sharing that story, it does a service. I came up to you without even asking your name.
My name is Lynn Levin Guzman. This is the Levin household. I'm a nurse for over 30 years in emergency room. I deal with fire all the time and firefighters. And this situation here, luckily people got out because those are my patients. The people who are not so fortunate to get out.
As you mentioned, let's just hope everyone's okay. Lynn, I'm going to let you get back to it. And for you taking the time, we thank you. To your parents, we wish them the best as well. As I send it back to you, there's Lynn again with the hose. She's using a garden hose, getting the awnings, getting the roof of the house, doing anything she can. We say that as the embers are blowing directly on us here in the Upper Hastings Ranch community. She's here, her brother's here, and you know that there's other, let me tell you, the majority of the homes in this community are still standing. We drove past many on the lower side that are still standing, but the night is young.
Absolutely, a long way to go, and a courageous woman at that. And she does bring up a great point that we should talk a whole lot more about, and that is the fact that so many people are now uninsured when it comes to a fire.
Coming down, we've been out here since 5 o'clock, and all you see is just raining hellfire.
When did you get the notification for an evacuation?
We never did. over here never got the evacuation notice. Even when we got here, it was not there.
And have you seen any fire crews here? I see an engine company down there.
Yeah, we see them going up and down the street, but not helping us.
Right. Well, there simply aren't enough around. Listen, your name is?
James.
Last name is?
Day.
D-A-Y?
D-A-Y.
Good luck to you, James.
Thank
you. So there you have it. I mean, this is hand-to-hand combat, quite frankly. This isn't to put any kind of blame anywhere, because there are so many fires and intersections like this. There's another explosion. Goodness knows what that was.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up? Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home? Madam Mayor, let me ask you just again, have you anything to say to the citizens today as you return?
No. They're gonna come.
Ma'am, hold on 1 second.
Madam Mayor, just a few words for the citizens today as you return to deal with the catastrophe.
Can you take this down? David, as you say, she wasn't very keen to answer any of your questions there. And fire chiefs are also admitting that they just don't have enough personnel to take out the fires.
Yeah, they're fighting all sorts of challenges. They're talking about a water shortage. There are reports of fire hydrant failures. They've been unable to use firefighting aircraft for much of the day due to the smoke that is billowing ominously from the hills where the wildfires are raging. And I suppose despite that political storm, this is, of course, at its heart, a human story, because we've now 80,000 people evacuated. Tens of thousands of others are on standby to be evacuated. 2 lives have been lost in the Eaton fire, which is what's causing the consequence behind us. The city's iconic landscape almost shrouded completely by the smoke. And they're really just taking it one step at a time, hoping at some stage the wind's going to change direction or to die down, and that they're going to be able to get this fire under control.